Hello, sorry. Good morning. Oh no, this is going to be the interesting day. I'm sorry. Winston had a little accident. I was gifted a little puzzle for him through Throne by Loop actually, and I was supposed to put it under the Christmas tree, but I couldn't wait for the little guy. He's so good at it. I need a more difficult one, but we had a little problem. It's okay though. How are we doing? Brittany, 18 months. Thank you. How are you doing? Hope you're okay. Hope you're having a good time. It's vacation already because I noticed that it's unusually quiet everywhere, and I realized that yeah, that's probably right. It's probably vacation for most people. Hi, Erin. How are we doing? 40. Happy holidays, everyone. In case I don't see you anymore. I'm okay. I can't complain. I'm not allowed to complain today. I don't want to either. Um, I had an oopsie yesterday. I have a few books, and I'm not going to be able to read them this year. Why did I do that? I don't know. You tell me. No vacation, Danny. What do you mean? Oh, until tomorrow. Jeez, they make you work until the end, don't they? My gosh. I mean, I remember when I was a kid, during the Christmas, like actual Christmas, first and second day of Christmas. I do know how to say that in English. Um, all the stores would be closed, and these days, I am seriously considering ordering a free pizza during Christmas, the second day of Christmas, because I'm going to family on the first day. But like, things aren't closed anymore. We have lost all respect for Christmas. How dare we? I don't want to complain though, because I am the kind of person that does need the grocery store when it's Christmas. Actually, the reason I was on a time limit yesterday is because I had a lot to do. I had to go to the city because small town, not all stores are here. I had to go to the city, and I was planning on just leaving. Remember how I had that book that was big lettered? Um, okay. I felt too guilty. I felt guilty. It's like it's Christmas. I don't want to have this book that I don't need, that is big letter, that is specifically made for people who are bad, who have a bad eyesight. So I just wanted to drop it off, and I accidentally took this with me. I don't think the library will be open during Christmas. Shall I look it up? Um, which is sad because libraries are also social places. But yeah, I planned in too much yesterday. It doesn't matter what I do. Plans, man. Murphy, haunted. Um, yeah, it's closed. I mean, I get it. And also, I don't, because I would have loved to work in the library during Christmas. Uh, because it's a social place as well. You see similar faces and stuff. But because I was in a bit of a time crunch, I forgot things anyway, and I kind of do need them. It's not toilet paper this time. I got toilet paper yesterday. I wanted to get everything done, so I didn't need to go into spaces with people anymore. I wanted to do that on Monday because Monday is generally quieter. And the closer to Christmas you get, the more chaos is going to be everywhere. So I wanted to get it all done yesterday. Alas, I forgot shampoo, and I really would like to wash my hair before I go, have Christmas and get marinated in all the Christmas smells. Loop, how are you doing? Good morning. Um, Anyone want to know what I got? Because it's quite a lot. And the thing is, I have a very, very good reason. I just wanted to find this author and one specific book, and instead I found all the rest. I didn't find the specific book. I found another book. But T Kingfisher? Hi, Adam. Shampoo would be nice, right? It would be. It would be very nice. It doesn't look like it, but I actually kind of wanted to wash it last night. But luckily, it's okay. I don't look like an actual, you know, feral person just yet. But I would like to. I would like to have washed my hair before I go see family. So I have to go out anyway. It was all for nothing. It was, no, it wasn't. I got a lot of books, but yeah, you know, it's always something important. I'm sorry. It's always something important. You go out and you're thinking these are the things that I have to take with me, otherwise I'm doomed. What do you forget? Those things. So all the other things that you took home, you could have done without. You know, you would have survived. But what are you going to do without toilet paper? Nothing. Nothing. I don't get the newspaper. You know, you used to be able to use a newspaper. No, no longer. No. But this time it's with shampoo, and no, I can't. And it did remind me as well about the jokes that I really don't like. Everyone is gonna say, I haven't taken a shower since last year, and I mean, yes, but I think I'm just traumatized from being like a checkout girl because working during Christmas and being in working in a store as any kind of checkout person is just. I feel like you should get paid for every time someone makes that joke around this time because it's so many people. It's so many people. I'm pretty sure it would be more than your wage. No, it's too loud. Hold on. Music. I was contemplating to have music in the background for tomorrow because tomorrow night I'll be live a little bit. Well, I'm saying night, but it's not going to be night. It's going to be like early evening, my early evening, all right? And given that I get up early, I don't really believe in sleeping in. I'm thinking probably 4 p.m. We'll have our normal little stream tomorrow, and I'll just do some work. Then I'll make dinner, prepare dinner, make sure that is done, and then we'll have a little evening stream. And I'll probably wear a flower crown. I'm gonna wear a flower crown. I feel like wearing a flower crown. I wanted to today, but I don't look nice enough. It would look off. Christmas Eve, yes, we'll have a little Christmas Eve stream. Just a chat, just a little chat. I want to check in on you guys and want to make sure that you know that you are still very important, even on a day where a big chunk of the world is celebrating something that is usually associated with family and spending time together. Not everyone has that. I didn't have that for years, like years and years and years, almost a decade, I would say. And I get it. I get it. It's not like I'm immune, even though I prefer to spend time on my own most days. That doesn't mean I'm not sensitive for this time of year. And it does take a bit to make it your own if you're completely on your own, like physically, but you're not. You're not alone. There's a whole lot of other people. I was going to say something, and I don't know what. Blah, blah. I don't know how to articulate this, but like just because it's Christmas for a big chunk of the world doesn't mean it's Christmas for everyone. Not everyone wants to take part in it, even if you remove the religious part from it. Not everyone wants to take part of it. So it's not like it's completely universal, right? There's people who really don't give a shit, and you don't have to either. You can. Don't have to. I love Christmas because I love the lights. I love just coziness. So but it's not like I actually have a baby Jesus somewhere. I don't. I could, but I don't. I almost did last year, but I don't. It's just books. I just have books everywhere. It's really a problem. I'm working on making sure I have stickers on every gifted book that I have. Because I just want to make sure that I can see in the book itself that it was gifted. I don't know what to do. I'm in trouble. I need to figure out what to do with these books. I don't know. I don't have room. So we'll see. I might have to get creative. But we'll see. I don't know. I have some time, I guess. I had a Christmas job. A Christmas job just only for Christmas? That sucks. In a department store back in the day. I remember things got wild around Christmas time. Yeah, Adam, I know. If people are cray cray. um, so that's why I wanted to make sure I didn't have to go outside anymore after yesterday. But it wasn't meant to be. It's an experience. I think it humbles you if you work in any kind of retail, especially because I feel like I don't know because I didn't work in the is what is it service industry like food. I didn't have a job in not like in the restaurants itself. I worked in kitchens, a few kitchens, but not in restaurants. So I don't know how people are in restaurants during this time of year. But the grocery store, it humbles you as a person. It teaches you a lot about people. It teaches you a lot about human nature. And adults are just petty children. You have to laugh. You have to laugh. But it might take a few years. You don't celebrate either, Loop? Okay, that's great. If it's parents, because it's expected. If I can catch the set that. Yeah, exactly. Candy canes on a wall. It's fun. It's fun. You don't have to take it too serious. And I think it's a great tradition. Not just for when you have family. I think that's an amazing thing as well, that you can, get together and have good food and cozy, especially when it's dark, when a lot of people have trouble with, the short days. But you can also have traditions of your own. For me, it's a lot of French toast, a lot of French toast. I'll be working this year though, but I'm lucky. This year I'm very lucky. I'm working on things that I really love. Talking about books, thinking about books, writing about books. It's all books. And it's just going to get worse from here on out. Why are you laughing at him? Are you going to join me with a book? Oh, wait, I never said what I've got here. I think it's an interesting collection. Let me start with this one. Demon Copperhead by Barbara Kingsolver? I'm not sure. It won the Women's Prize for Fiction in Booker. What am I saying? I think it's Booker something. No, just Women's Prize for Fiction in 23. I forgot my coffee. I don't know how to explain this. But it's something I've wanted to read for a long time. Oh, I would have known. When I worked at the library, I used to collect what's the name? Bookmarks. That people left behind. I don't have the collection anymore. I had a lot of them, like handmade bookmarks and bookmarks that kids made in school. But I haven't been lucky in visiting Ithaca because I love myth, and this is a retelling. Oh, by Claire North. Adults are just petty children at the markets. I mean, in life, unfortunately, Adam. I don't know. So the Atlas 6, this is an older one, but it's supposed to be a classic young adult. I already checked out these when I saw this on a table, and I was like, damn it, my bag was so full. I didn't have any room. I took it anyway. Also, I can't tell you what it's about. I just know it's a classic. I recognize the title. But this is a fantasy, and basically 6 magicians have to fight each other to win, survival, basically. Oh, to join the elite Alexandrian society, naturally. They're not really thin, are they? So, contemporary, myth, fantasy, confronting, because why not? I like to collect diverse books. I don't know how to pronounce the name. Sakyong. This is about three generations of real workers starting in Korea, through liberation right up to the 21st century. So this is going to teach me a lot about the country, the history, everything I love, really. Now, this is the author. This is dog-eared. Twice. Why? What are you seeing, baby? Sea Kingfisher, author I've wanted to read for a long time. Never got around to it. I saw I don't know what series it was, but I saw a book. I saw her name. I saw a book. I thought, oh, I'm gonna take it. But luckily, I noticed that it was the second book. Promising. It was the second book in a series. So I went out to search for the first one. Didn't find it. Found this instead. This one is older than the one that I saw. Fancy young adult. Maybe you've heard of it. Sugar powdered French toast? I shall guess yes. Because I mean, is there an option to not? Because that would be weird. Why would you eat French toast without the sugar? I do use cane sugar though. Not. What do you mean? French toast without sugar? That's not French toast. That's just bread baked in egg. Depending on how you make it. It's just baked bread. No, it's not French toast. It's fake French toast if there's no sugar. How dare you? How dare you? And this is the third book in a series that I listened to on Audible. And this book was already released. And there was also an audiobook, but for some reason I couldn't listen to it. So I've been wanting to read the last book in a trilogy for a long time. Will I be reading any of these this year? I don't know. Let's see how far I get with Alchemised. I'm on 34%. With the configuration that I have on the Kobo here, that means I have 1,488 pages in total, which sounds like a lot, but it's not, because the pages are really small. I don't know what to say. Hi, Carp. How are you doing? If you've heard of Alchemized, let me know what you've heard, first off, because I heard a few things. It has a 4.44 rating on Goodreads, even though it was, when was it released? In September. It has 122, almost 122.3 thousand reviews. And it was released in September. Officially, it has 1,030 pages. Genres: fantasy, romance, romancy, dark romance, fiction, dark. Enemies to lovers. Yes, it's enemies to lovers. This deals with a very controversial topics, but I don't know how to talk about it just yet, because I'm not far enough into it. Yes, Loop. That's nothing. I mean, Wheel of Time has books like that as well. And if you read the Game of Thrones books, that's nothing. Every book is 1,000 pages, at least. Do you understand why I have trouble buying a book that isn't even 100 pages? If this is great. This is ideal. But it's a lot. So there's PTSD. The story takes place after a major, massive war, including like magic. I mean, alchemy is important. It's alchemized. And I can understand why there are people out there that are not happy about this. I can't loop. I can't. There's a lot of, in short, copyright. It's just copyright. Me reading out loud is not transmuting it into something new. I can quote you. I can quote you. I can quote you. I can quote books and give citations and stuff, and but give the source. But if I were to actually read a book out loud, I would get sued so hard. The only way I can do that, or could do that, if I were to consider doing reading a book to you, it would have to be into a public domain. So it has to be, I think it was 70 years. I think portrait rights is 90 years after the person died, and with books, it is a combination of published date and author right. But I think it's like 70 years. So I can't. I can't. But this is it's I think it's interesting so far, but let me see if I can find the words. We're going into a sprint. It's Tuesday. I'm reading. If you want to join me, that would be great because it's Christmas. Alice in Wonderland, that is a trip. If I've read that, and also no words, no words. That it's a trip. It's a trip. There's a rumor that the was it who wrote that? Lewis? They had the face thingy that they didn't recognize faces, and that's where Alice in Wonderland came from. But I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna read Alchemized. Yes, I'm going. I'm going by. Oh, see. I also don't know this. SenLinYu. Let me know what you're up to. I'm gonna mute myself. Stop yapping. I don't know why I have so much to say today. I'm gonna turn it on right now, Daniel. We're going into a sprint. I'm gonna mute myself. Turn on your own music. Maybe Christmas music for the season, or the loudest screamo you can find to scream along with. Good luck. I'll see you in half an hour. last moments. Whew, all right. Well then, I have so many thoughts on this book. I just remembered. I mean, not just. We're having a 10-minute break, so I can yap with a limit. Otherwise, I'll never stop. So I am reading Alchemized by oh gosh, why do I forget the author? Hi, it's Dan Books. Thank you for the follow. Welcome in. How are you doing? Are you reading today? Are you joining me? What's Sun? SenLinYu. Um, I remember looking at the author, and that it's not exactly a new person, because this wasn't, no, this is far from a debut. Alchemized. But do I remember correctly that this the book? Was this the book that was actually originally like some kind of Wattpad Draco Hermione fanfiction sort of something? Was it this book? It just it came by. The thought came by last night. I didn't look into it. Was it this book? I'm gonna have so much fun. I'm gonna have so much fun looking at the worst and the best reviews. Don't laugh at me. I think that's it. I think because I mean it's insane. For the genre, over 1,000 pages is really it's a lot. Just because I like it doesn't mean it's a norm for the genre. But if it's been edited from fan fiction, then I get it. You don't know the half of it. If you've never been in fan fiction spheres, you don't understand the dedication people have to writing and reading these episodal chapters. Oh God, times, man. I had so much fun. I had so much fun when I was still, writing and reading fan fiction as a teen. Life got a bit too real after that, so I kind of stopped. But I know it's alive and thriving. So I'm not sure. I have to do research, but I don't want to do that while I'm still reading. I don't want to spoil myself too much. I'm so confused about it, the characters. But if this is the book that was like the Draco Hermione fanfiction, then his character starts to make sense because he's just I can't read him. I know he's the love interest, and I know. I mean, duh. But also, huh? I hope that makes sense. I don't know. Okay, this year has been my first true initiation into fantasy and especially romantasy. So I still don't know anything. In fact, when I was working on the script for all the books that I read this year, I had to ask Erin, like, what is the trope for Bet Me? Because I kind of want to try to be as informative as possible without sounding like an encyclopedia. I don't know if I said that right. What are you doing lately? You've also been like mumbling at me. All right. Completely lost my train of thought. Where was I? Oh gosh, you're too cute. Like everything gone immediately when I look at your face. Oh, trope, bet me. And I mean, I was doing 1,000 things at once, so I thought, why not just look it up? Why am I asking? I can type. I can ask the internet questions without using GPI or whatever it's called. And I found a list of 100 tropes. How long must one read to be like a professional romance reader? Because that's a lot of tropes. That's so many tropes. And I guess this is enemies to lovers, but it's so much more complicated. And I'm not sure whether the controversies, because I know there's controversy. I'm not going to try to look it up. I did skim a few of the Goodreads reviews because I was just confused. Like, what is this? What's happening? I don't get it. Why is it so serious? Because it's really serious. That's one of the notes that I've made already. Um, she's a prisoner of war, basically. Helena, the main character, female main character, I guess. Uh, and having CPTSD, the representation of how PTSD is set out in the first part of this book, I feel is really accurate. Now, there's some problematic things happening as well in the first part that turn out to be not problematic, but they are. So we're talking about PTSD, CPTSD maybe even, because I'm not that far into the book. If it's the Draco Hermione storyline, then we know most of us will know what happened to Draco, and he was born into a family that he didn't choose. No one chooses their family. So having grown up in a toxic family and knowing what you have to do to survive, or be hurt really badly, his character starts to make a lot of sense, and also the topics of this book are starting to make sense. Because so you have PTSD, and to me, a correct representation of what trauma looks like and feels like. More importantly, it's very vivid. Growing up in a toxic household, and the repercussions, and maybe redemption, and consent. Those are three big subjects that I've come across now already, and depending on how because I can't say anything yet, but depending on how she treats this could be a very interesting book. And then it could be that the controversy is mostly around the Harry Potter element of it, which I get, but also I don't. I did my research, and I feel like a lot of people didn't, but I won't say anything about that subject because that's not what we're here about today. We're talking about possible fan fiction. But it could have used an editor. I'm not entirely sure if all the scenes that I'm reading are necessary. There's a lot of repetition with only minor things that matter in the scenes. They're quite repetitive. And lastly, what I do want to say, oh, this don't tell, don't tell, but show, but what is that saying? You know what I mean, right? There's a lot of telling instead of showing, and that was what made me look her up. Actually, I thought maybe that means that she's a new writer, but she's not. She's published quite a few things, so that's an editor problem. I feel like a little bit, because in part 2, where I am now, there are scenes there could have that things that have been told in the first part. If we had stayed in that setting, then it kind of made sense a little bit. You could use your creative, whatever to manufacture different ways to show instead of tell. But now we're going to a different setting, and I personally feel that a lot of things that we have been told could have been put in the second part. It would have made the first part a lot more interesting, a lot more mysterious, and we could have been shown instead of told. But what do I know? I'm just a reader who writes. I'm on 35%. I don't know, man. I think there's a lot of accurate representation. There's topics that are unfolding, and this could be a very good book. And the reason I'm saying that is, if you use a genre like fantasy or even romantasy, you can hook in people who might not otherwise have learned about certain things like actual PTSD, war trauma, or what it means to be a prisoner of war. Because let's not forget, even though we are so very privileged to be in the West and celebrating holidays, whether or not you want to or not, there's actual prisoners of war in the world at this actual second. And I think these topics are important to bring up, but not everyone is ready for it. Not everyone is willing to. And this is a very interesting way to teach people and tell people, because there's not a lot of showing, tell people about real world problems, planting a seed So when they are ready, or when they stumble upon something in the real world that relates, there is already something inside them that they can launch off and grab onto, and thus have, a safe place to learn about really important things. He was not being named yet. Actually, that makes so. Oh, this must be that book. This must be that book. Thank you, Luke. Yes, no, actually, that makes a lot of sense. All right, on time. All right, we're going into a power hour. The goal of the power hour is to try and practice flow. I like to read, and it's one of the most ideal ways to try and practice your focus, because that's what we're doing. We're trying to train our focus. The most important thing, though, is getting back to it. More important than being able to focus for a full hour, we're going to try at least, is getting used to starting. Because once you've started, it's usually not that bad. So let's do it. Let me know what you're up to. If you're reading as well, I would love to know what you're reading. Once again, I am reading, what was it? I keep forgetting. Alchemised. I want to say Manacle because that's another book by this author. And I'll be spanking my cat. So good luck with whatever it is that you're up to, including staying alive, very important. And I will see you in an hour. Good luck. last minute. Sort of. How's it going? Oh my god, it's chaos. It's just chaos. I don't like it, but also I accept it. All right, this book is so interesting. I'm trying to damper my hopes because if she does this well, this could be a very interesting book. Oh, I'm so curious. I'm so curious. So, um, hi Garfield. How are you doing today? Uh, Hold on. I'm at a part in the story where a lot of things that happened in the first part are showing me a direction. I have no answers at all, but they're showing me a direction. Uh, and I have so many thoughts. I have so many thoughts. Like I knew it. I knew it. I knew something. I can't tell you. I don't want to spoil. What if someone is listening who wants to read this? I mean, chances are not very great, but who knows? Maybe if I keep it mysterious enough. Um, Wait, what was it? I'm going to look it up. Is alchemized? First question: is alchemized spicy? I mean, no. That's one of the problems with the book. Uh, what is what do you say? I'll just write it out. Draco and Hermione, because there's like a, yeah, Dramini fanfic. Oh, apparently Manacle, which is the title that I had in my brain, is also, I don't know. I didn't know this author. Wait, what did you do? Loop! Thank you so much for the gift up. There you go, Garfield. Thank you, Loop. Oh gosh. Am I even? Yes, I am. Okay. Oh, I'm terrified. Yeah, apparently it was a really, really popular Dramini. I don't know how to pronounce that. Fanfic. It was edited because clearly, obviously, you can't write something that has stuff from other authors. It's called plagiarism. It's cleaned up, but yeah, the signs are there. Um, okay. Apparently, also, oh, I didn't know that. If your fanfic gets picked up, you don't just have to edit out all the references and the names of the original work, but also you have to delete your work from like whatever website you posted it on. What is like Wattpad is probably one of them. Hi Tiger, how are you doing? Um, yeah, Merry Christmas. Thank you. Mm, interesting, interesting. I can't wait. I can't wait. I have glimpsed a little bit as well. So usually when I look at wait, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh no, there's a hype train. Tiger, there you go. Ah, last day of work of year. Okay, that's great. That's great, Daniel. What are you gonna do? Loop. Thank you. What are you doing? No hype dreams. No, no, we can't do that. No hype. No hype. I can't deal. Tomorrow we'll do hype. I guess. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'll drink juice, grape juice. Working a lot. Oh no. I hope you're taking some time off as well. Okay. Wait. What was I gonna say? Oh, about reviews. Usually when I finish a book, I don't tend to listen to ratings, because just because something has a bad rating doesn't mean I won't like it. Because especially internet times, things get cancelled for interesting reasons sometimes. I've read. You're reading this. What is it? Why do I? No, I know why. What is it? Alchemized. It is wild, but I feel like it's rooted in a lot of real life things like trauma and stuff. I am not very far into it yet, so I don't know. It depends on how she wraps it up. But what I want to say about reviews: after I finish a book, I like to check out 1 star and 5 star reviews that aren't written by people who do it more often, but those who never do, and for that reason have very concise reviews that are mainly just the star 1 or 5 and a few sentences, because those people genuinely felt that way about the book, and they don't make a habit out of reviewing books or maybe even rating books at all. And for that reason, I feel they're as genuine as they can get. Doesn't mean they're correct about the storyline, especially 1 star reviews when they're DNF. But what I find interesting about doing it that way is you see extremes, and often either you get either challenged when someone DNFs a book because of a specific reason, and you're forced to think about that from a different perspective, or you get confirmation like, see, I did feel like this was going on, and there it is. Um, and I find often, not always, often, when you look at those 1 star reviews, they missed something, or they felt personally attacked, too uncomfortable, called out, whatever it is. Usually they didn't quite get the point of the story, which is why I don't DNF. But also why it's important to learn to think critically and to get distance from the book, and don't judge it on your personal experience, which is difficult because we're human. We do that. Any book, Fred. What are you reading? What are you reading right now? Don't read this in that case. My money job involves delivering lots of packages, so my self-care time will be back in January. Oh no, Tiger, you are a hero. You deliver Christmas at this time of year, so thank you for that. What is your creative side project? Did the Old Testament endorse slavery? Oh my God, Fred. um, what is your conclusion? That is interesting. That's an interesting read. Can't say I heard about it. They probably did. Twilight Cities by Catherine Pangonis. I also don't know that. Absolutely, yeah. Yeah. I would like to read the theory behind it though, because that does sound interesting to have that in your back pocket. I'm gonna open this as well. So a good example of people misunderstanding a character, especially for me, I forget his name. 13 Reasons Why. Justin. To this day, I am so sad that his character, lol, the horror. No, that's good news, stream elements. Justin from 13 Reasons Why is one of the most misunderstood characters ever, which is bad, but also sort of good, because it means that most people who watched it don't recognize what Justin goes through, and what he goes through is immense abuse, immense secondary abuse. He is so dependent on the bully. I didn't watch the rest of the seasons. He depends on the bully, and the psychological layers of his character are out of this world, and people just weren't ready for it. People didn't know enough therapy talk about when 13 Reasons Why first got released. 60% sure it would be different this days, but people hated on him. People hated on him, and I cried my eyes out because I do get it. I do get it. I grew up in a very toxic, abusive household, and yeah, this is kind of the same subject. This character is going through a lot. That doesn't mean it's right, but what he's going through is a lot deeper than you might expect from a romantasy. So I'm trying to temper my expectations because she might just fumble the landing. But we'll see. Hi Chungus, how are you doing? Thank you for the gift subs, Loop. We're going to do another sprint. Yes, people, we're doing it. I will be muting myself so you can either enjoy the silence or the screaming in your own head. Maybe turn on some Christmas music if that is the case, though, because come on, just turn it on. Just sing along. It's fun. I promise. But to make sure that you don't hear my singing, because it's going to be very off key today, I'm going to mute myself. I'm going to be reading Alchemised, and let me know what you're up to. I'm having a good time despite the subject. Good luck. I'll see you. Last minute. God dang it. Get off. I can't. I can't see. Hi, we're back. How did it go? Choose is standing on my back. Give me a moment. Go. Yeah, there we go. Jesus. All right. I'm sorry. How did it go? I'm having a minor flare up. I'm okay. Uh, it's stressing me out that she's looking at me like that though. I can't with her face. I can't. All right. Hello. I'm back. I'm so sorry. All right. I didn't read that much, but at this point, if the cats get into a certain mood, there is nothing I can do. So, hello, Kalani. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in. I hope you're having a good day. Hi, Future Mar 2020. I don't know. I have no explanation. It just happens. She gets a certain look in her eyes, and I just know that she wants to sit in my neck, or, she wants to be spanked, basically. Um, which has happened a lot during stream today. But, I kind of want to read. It's Tuesday. On Tuesday, I read. But alas, I'll have to do a few other things before I can read again today. How did it go? I am not mad. I do know that I'm making a lot of notes at this point in the story. Seriously? No? My cat wants to be watered at this point. She is staring at me and sitting in the corner of the couch where I give her water with a syringe, without a needle, naturally, because she has trouble drinking. With something about her tongue. But why now? Why Tuesday? Yes, I love that. I'll try to remember. It's Tuesday. Um, she has trouble drinking, and I give her water with a little syringe. She is able to drink on her own, but it's very bad. She's not good at it. I don't know how to explain her. It's tous. It's just tous. Tuesday. I like to say it like that. Tuesday. I do get a lot of offers for free pizza on Tuesday as well, so maybe there's something to it. Um, Let me think. Let me think. Uh, See, I don't know. I really, it just depends on how she wraps it up. I'm not disappointed. I get what some people are saying. Now I haven't read into the Dramini. I think that's it, right? Dramini situation. And if that really is because people are boycotting that intellectual property still, but if it's because of what is happening in the book, it's the Justin situation from 13 Reasons Why. It's because people don't have enough knowledge or experience with certain situations like trauma. And that is good, but it's bad because you can use a story like this to learn about it instead of rejecting it, because it's a lot. It's a lot. It's just, I mean, the story starts out with the female main protagonist. Oh my god, she's really staring at me. All right. As a prisoner of war. And if you read romantasy specifically, I don't feel like this is romantasy. There's really no romance. To escape, to have a good time, even if the daddy is a bit dark, this is probably a lot. Because this is it's talking about is war, but seriously, it's a stark contrast between what I started the year with, which was the Jennifer L. Armentrout series Blood and Ash, I think, which started out great, and I was so interested in the world building and the actual story behind the two protagonists, but it just, for my level of comfort, devolved into too much romance slash smut. This isn't doing that exactly. This is, up until now at least, just dealing with a lot of very serious subjects. And there's tension, of course, but it's a lot of hate up until now. I need to water my cat. I would show you if I could, but Toulouse doesn't want to do that. I will show you a different time. I showed you yesterday with Winston. So give me a moment before she starts muttering at me. Right. The cat has been watered. I know she's upset because she wanted to crawl into my lap when I was done. She wants couch time. We have couch time at least 3 hours a day. In the morning an hour and in the evening 2 hours. But she doesn't. She. It's not enough. It's not enough. My cats rule my home. If you don't, I didn't know yet. So about the Toulouse command prompt. It used to say Lady Toulouse, because I thought she was a lady. But then I realized it took a long time to realize this, but she doesn't blink at all. And it finally hit me. She seems very silly, but I think it's all a plan to fool us into thinking that she's not smart, but she doesn't blink. And in fact, the first thing I realized was that she doesn't speak cat clearly, because I don't think she knows she's a cat. I'm not sure she knows she's a being. But the no blinking was never a problem, because Bo, my first kitty, I mean, she didn't speak cat either, because she was uh, put in front of a farm when she was really, really baby tiny, and fed by hand to help her survive. But then I got Winston, my orange cat, and the non-blinking is really a problem, because that's aggression. That's aggression. She's just staring at him, and she doesn't mean to be mean. She just doesn't blink. But he does speak cat. He did have a mommy, and he had brothers and sisters, so he had a very social start in his life. My other two kitties, Toulouse was a foundling, Bo was a foundling, so they just didn't speak cat. And she does that to me too. That's why I can't say no to her. That's why I can see the way she looks at me. Yeah, like that she wants something, and I know what she wants as well, because She's been doing this for what? uh, 7 years now? I didn't know. It only hit me recently that, oh my God. She is so aggressive. She doesn't know it, but she is so dominant and so aggressive with the non-blinking that I realized that she's no lady. No, she's a queen. She rules this house. I thought it was Winston, but it's not. I mean, I don't have any say at all in this house. We knew this, but the fact that Toulouse is actually on top of the hierarchy is just baffling. It's the hardest thing to come to terms with this year. I don't know about you, but that was the hardest lesson. Realizing that cuteness is a weapon. Hi Borky, how are you doing? I hope you're having a good day. Um, yeah, it's gonna take a while before I can actually give some conclusions though. I barely read anything at all. 38%. 900 pages left. Nah, it's nothing. It's nothing. I'm not really, how do I say? I read a lot this month. I'm not sure what happened. The only thing I can think of is that my quality of sleep has indeed radically improved. So now I'm just reading as if my life depends on it. How many books have I finished already? 11. What is happening? I mean, it's great, but I don't think I've ever managed to read more than 10 books when not listening to audiobooks. I'm not listening to any audiobooks at the moment. Last year I had a pretty steady 12 books a month average, but that was with audiobooks. Now I'm just reading. I can't focus on audiobooks at the moment. It's just distracting me. I think I'm gonna wait with one audiobook I have left because I canceled my Audible because of it. I wasn't using it. I haven't used it this year nearly as much as I did the year before, so I canceled it. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if it keeps up. I have a bit, and I translated the first chapter. They are not long, so it won't take that much time. Oh, that's good. That's good. You know what? If you have the time and energy, if I were you, I would just start emailing around and maybe give them an example bit. Start emailing around to English publishers. So maybe not local publishers, but English publishers that are known to translate works. I wouldn't know from the top of my head because I've never looked into this deep enough. But if I were you, Borky, if you're spending energy and time on it, there's how do you say this in English? And you have a no, but you can get a yes. It's in Dutch, if I roughly translate it from Dutch. There's nothing you could lose aside from a little bit more time. Who knows? Who knows? That would be great, wouldn't it? I mean, if fan fictions get picked up, why not? Why not? Cuteness stare can be more powerful than gatekeep gaslight girl boss power. I am learning, Tiger. She is. Uh, I mean, you can see when I'm trying to read, she's just. And she can do that for hours. And I can't say no. I can't handle that. So it doesn't matter what I'm doing. If she gives me that look, I have to quit. I give her spanks or whatever. It's so violent. She's so violent. No. I do want to send unfinished stuff and I do it for you mostly. Borky, wait. I mean, I've never actually published a book, but as far as I understand the world of publishing, it's actually kind of, maybe not everyone does it, but aren't you? Suppose is not the word I want to use. If you're looking to be published, and you have the book in your head, isn't it a thing to send 1 or 2, maybe 3 chapters that are polished, even if your entire product isn't exactly finished? Isn't that how you find a publisher when you're not published yet? I never published anything through conventional stuff. When I was a freelancer, no, the publishing was done for me by other people. My brain is telling me that it's one or two, maybe three polished bits of your book, if you're translating a book or writing a book or translating a book, and then they can judge on that whether they want to work with you, because it would be such a waste of time. Say you're writing this and it's not a fan fiction. You're writing something like Alchemized. I mean, I guess the times have changed, so I don't know. But if you finish something like this, over 1,000 pages, and you don't start looking for a publisher as you are writing it, you're losing so much time, right? At least what I heard for a Bulgarian publisher, because they want to publish a poem as a book, they want it as finished as possible. Even a cover is a plus if you have it. Yeah, but you're making it English, right? So you have to look for English publishers, not Bulgarian. That hit me after we talked about this before. I'm sorry. I'm drinking hot cocoa and I'm salivating because I'm thinking about my leftovers. I'm sorry. You want a publisher that publishes English works, preferably translated works. Hi Millie, how are you doing? You've been popping in and out. Are you busy? Hope you're having a good time. Hope it's good. No more graphics novels, but my friend write 2 chapters to see if anyone wants it. Right? I feel like, I mean, I'm not saying you should then stop working on it, but like, once you've polished a few chapters or a few poems, well, maybe for poems it's different because, I mean, I'm not a freaking poet, but maybe because that is something you end up, it's more of a collection. Maybe because of poems being a collection, usually revolving a certain topic. Maybe that's why they want finished stuff for poetry. But I think you've got nothing to lose by giving a few examples and writing out what you're doing. It would be best to personalize to publishers, but you know, you can easily make that in a format that is easily editable. Is not what word is easy to edit. So you can send it to multiple publishers, but you're looking for a publisher that publishes English works. Because if you were to finish this, Porky, that means that it could be published in English-speaking countries more than in your in the original language. Does that make sense? A mini holiday. Oh my gosh, did you have fun? You are very busy. Take care of yourself, please. Yeah, it's a good kind of busy. Yeah, I wanna go for a walk with Winston, but I'm afraid it's too stormy. And I'm not afraid of storm, but I would rather not risk the light. Yeah, look at the birds. The risk of Winston's life, you know, if a branch comes falling down, I don't control his response, and I don't think it's a good idea. Toulouse, or Toulouse. Oh, Toulouse. I want to watch the Aristocats. Why do you want to become professional translator of books? I don't think I'm good at that. Well, maybe you just need a little bit of practice. I don't know. It's just, I would like you to actually get something from your efforts. You know what I mean? And yes, I'm excited about reading what you're translating, but I would love it even more if other people could enjoy it as well. You deserve the recognition because it does take effort, it does take time, it does take energy, and unfortunately, nothing is free anymore these days. So, even if you're just doing it for fun, I would like you to be recognized for it. Oh my gosh. Exotic Boss. Hello there. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in. Hope you're having a good day. Also, some small children involved, so very tiring as well. Children are amazing, but yes, they do take a lot of energy. I'm going to refrain from my comment. It's not very holiday vibes. Nothing harder than finishing and polishing full book. Yeah, and then I have to accept notes to be published and address rewriting you do not feel as needed. Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of danger of wasting time if you wait until the very end of a book to look for a publisher. This is a very particular situation, though. You what, Millie? You can't just say that. You slept at a zoo, in a zoo. Where? Why? How? I, I am torn between, do I want that or do I not want that? I do, but also I don't. Oh, Borky. I mean, you deserve more. Okay, you deserve more than that, especially if you're actually translating a book. Come on. That deserves some recognition. I mean, you're gonna get recognition. Of course, I'm gonna tell everyone that you did it, but also, who knows? Maybe this is a hidden talent. You never know. You never know. That was that was a potato car. Why? I mean, it's warm. Don't you think? I don't think it was a sakura, but I saw a tree and it had flowered. And that tree isn't supposed to flower until spring, but it was in full bloom last week. I don't know what's up with that, but I want snow. You what? Mm, that's cool. Uh, Pyri Daisa. You can rent a house for a night and sleep in the zoo between some deer and opposite the black bears. That's so cool. That's so cool. How do you come up with that? I would love to go to one of those houses where um, basically a wall of your cabin is window because there's wild wolves and stuff. I don't know. But that would be out in the middle of nowhere, so maybe that's why I'm thinking, do I want that? Do I not want that? I want it if it's like away from humanity. Oh wait, I did, Borky. I had one oopsie. Do you remember? Does anyone remember? Because there's no username, but I made a boo boo in the title of the Fernando Pessoa book. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. I went to lock the submissions, and gone. So if anyone remembers which book it is, I think I know which one it is. Like the only novel of this author that has been translated into English, as far as I can see. But I don't know for sure, and I want to know for sure. There were a lot of books that I couldn't find in the traditional sense, Borky. Is that correct? Like either ebook or a physical book. You what? You helped to feed the bears? Ooh, that's scary. Well, I thought when you said zoo, I thought the zoo that you have in your mind when you think of a zoo. So the classic, not necessarily animal friendly zoos, which I mean, there's conflicting opinions in my heart and brain about that. But there are roaming zoos as well. And if it's something like that, yes, that's cool. But when you said it at first, I thought they locked you in a cage in a zoo. What is happening? The polar bears? I wouldn't trust that. I wouldn't trust that. I heard a story from someone who had a hotel room and it was underground or something, partly. And if you were underground, you had an aquarium, and they were told that the glass was not see-through, that it was reflective or something, like a police window mirror. It wasn't. It wasn't. Everyone could see you, and they were naked when they found out. So you know, that's great. That's great. So I love the idea of seeing polar bears underwater, but also I would not trust it. uh, Oh, okay. I haven't clicked on any sources that people put in there because that's not what I was expecting. I don't know what I was expecting, but I wasn't expecting that, and I haven't had time to do that to check the sources because I want to be able to support the authors as well. You know, um, especially those in countries that are underrepresented. I would love to find a way to support the authors. Um, But when I process those books, I just mean that I'm looking at whether they're available in the language that I need them to be, and whether I can actually support the author. Because yeah, there are ways to find pretty much any book. Period. But you know, I want to be able to support them. Um, some vegetables from a tower. Bears can climb and fast as well. I don't know. I don't know. I spent seed animals, but I don't feel great about some of them having not enough space. Yeah, it's difficult. It's because there's a lot of gray. Because I've also heard that for some animals, even though the enclosure seems counterintuitive, because there's a lot of stress involved in the protection of territory, for some animals, it's when done correctly, not bad. Actually, they would have a lot less stress if their territory isn't invaded constantly. But it's difficult. It's difficult. Yeah. Oh, okay. I mean, I've seen them climb, Millie. I don't know about you, but I wouldn't climb a tree if I saw a bear. I would just lie down and play dead. That's your best shot, I've heard, because they're fast. They're so fast. Technology making translations easier to so I can read more stuff from other languages. Mm, yeah, we talked about this last week, Tiger. The danger in that is there's so much nuance in language. There's things that you only learn by living a language. There's dialect. There's jokes that are really hard to translate. So you have to actively look for something that resembles the joke in the language that you're translating it to. But you have to completely divert from the original joke to make it make sense. And I don't think that AI can do that or should do that. Really, we we don't want AI to become that. For one, because it's one of those jobs that a lot of humans get so much pleasure from, translation work, right? But two, I just finished The Maniac. I don't have the copy. I don't think I brought it back actually. The Maniac, which is about, what's the author? Which is about artificial intelligence, but it goes to the actual roots. So it starts with the computer, the invention of the computer, but it goes actually to the where the first idea of the computer started. And The Maniac by Benjamin Labatut. I'm butchering the last name, but please forgive me. Um, there's a few things that you learn in this book, The Maniac. One, the brains that came up with computers are tortured. So smart that they cave in on themselves. So complicated in their own understanding that they eventually just completely implode. But it also explains what the danger is at the end in a very genius way, I feel like, because who knew that artificial intelligence and chess were so interconnected? I didn't. Maybe you did. I didn't. When was it released, actually? Oh gosh, and we're 2 years ago. 2 years ago, and we've made so much progress since then. Um, if artificial intelligence actually becomes artificial general intelligence, I think is the term. I don't want to sound dramatic, but then we're doomed. We're doomed. We're doomed. We rely on electricity too much. We're just going to be doomed. But within the limits, hopefully we're still in at this time, because I mean, I don't think it's, I don't, never mind. Um, Language through AI isn't able to do what humans can when translating a work. The subtleties, the intuition, the emotion needed to understand the layers of jokes, of storylines. You would think that a computer is better at it, but there's a reason that art is human and that AI can't actually do that. In the Maniac, you see that once artificial intelligence is able to do that, make that leap of intuition and connecting certain things that we as humans do and make us so special, we have a problem. And it already happened a few times, so we're probably already screwed. All of which to say is that, well, I agree. It's amazing that we can now understand other people faster. I'm afraid that our desire for instant gratification is slowly but surely, well, not actually, quite fast these days, eroding everything that makes us human. Which is why I'm kind of adamant that the books that the Hermit Road Trip are going to be going to include are translated by humans, because yeah, I could pick original works and throw it through some kind of chat GPI. I would have to do research because I've used it once to try what it did, and I was so disappointed. And now I know why you shouldn't use it at all, but I need humans to do creative work. I need humans to stay in control of the parts of life that we literally work for to do in our free time if we're not rich. We work to stay alive, and it's not really how I feel like life should be. And the way AI is going and where we're putting it to use, I mean, if we go on like this, in 10 years, the humans will all be cleaning gutters and AI will be ruling the world and making art. And that's not what I want. That's not what I want. We should put more money in those jobs for humans. And that's kind of a little bit of what I want to do with the Hermit Road Trip. I want to show people that it's important to learn about other cultures and focus on humans. Focus on humans, and don't take the shortcut. You know, don't take the shortcut, because it's like a question of economics, really. What is being translated and not? It's I don't know what it is in English. Demand and what is it? Demand and what is it? If we don't ask for humans to translate works from countries that we don't speak of in our daily lives, then it's not going to happen. And I really hope that we can change that with the Hermit Road Trip. So what Borky is doing, that's why I want it to be, you know, worth it. Which can be bought is out of publishing, so if you buy it will be secondhand, 100%, and the relative author won't get anything from that. Oh gosh, now we're going into... See, this is why ignorance is bliss. I know too much. The copyright and stuff is also very complicated. And yes, if the author is dead and the money is just going nowhere, I guess the morals are a bit shaky, but you also want to support the publishers, right? Not just the authors, but also the publishers, so authors can be published. There's so much gray. Hi, Blue. Yes, exactly. But that is the crux of translation. It's human, and I don't think AI should control that. I think that's actually fascinating. When did we get so scared of making mistakes? I mean, I know it sucks. It sucks to make mistakes, but nah, I don't know how to express this yet. There's a subject in the pit of my stomach that I've been thinking about for months, and it has to do with aging and needing to be perfect. I don't know. I don't know. Hello, Koda. I'm so sorry I'm ranting. How are you doing? I'm following you for a bit. I really appreciate your streams. Oh, thank you. Welcome. Or at least nice to meet you. I after a rant as well. I'm so sorry. No, it's not, Millie. It's so much more than just knowing the grammar and what the words mean. Yes, it is. It is. Which is why it's one of those jobs. There's so many people who love reading, who love language. There's people out there who want to do that. But what we need to learn is a little bit of patience, and appreciate the work that goes into it. Understand that the work that goes into it is actually part of the value. If everything is one click away, does it have value? Do you appreciate it? Do you understand what it's worth? I don't think so. I listened to something yesterday about this. Oh, wait, it's encapsulated in a very. It's about the journey, not the destination. And AI is at a breakneck speed destroying the road so that the journey isn't even an option anymore for people. I am going to see it. You're going to see it. We're all going to see it if we don't consciously decide, no, I need a human to do this. I need a human to be part of this process. If we don't start looking at places where we can stop, because it's out of our control, there's too much money in this. It's going to happen. The road to enjoy and love life is being destroyed right in front of us, and we're all helping it along if we don't, be a bit uncomfortable every once in a while. Meaning, sometimes we have to wait. What? Folding proteins and other scientific stuff, but why are we letting it take over? Yeah, art and music. It's a tool. I'm not against it. It's a tool, but I get that some people call art banana stick to a whiteboard, which is worse. Everything is art. Life is art. It's messy and it's weird. But the thing is, it's human. It's human. The hubris of that. Yes, I know. People are silly, but that's the point. It's a point to be silly and goofy and not take it too seriously. Feel grass between your toes in spring and let the AI, I don't know. I don't know what I'd let it do because I try to stay away from it a little bit, if only because of how bad it is for the environment. If only for that reason. I miss so many messages. Hi, Wendy. Yeah. Yeah, I agree, Borky. The moment AI was put on in connection with the internet, we were doomed, basically. Mm. Ah, Mundi, you understand that all that art and all that music is made by stealing from others, right? AI isn't actually able to be creative. Like, if I get up now and I make art, right? That is mine. I may use inspiration from other artists, other musicians, whatever it is, what I'm making, but that is not the same as taking it and sticking it in my artwork. Writing a book based on characters from another book that I love is not the same as stripping that book of sentences and puzzling it together to make something that looks new, but actually every word of it was stolen. That's the problem with AI. It's not actually creative. It steals. That's what it does. and then it makes it into something that looks genuine, but it's not. Yeah, I have to agree. It's so uncanny as well. The people generated with AI are so uncanny. There's something so unnatural about them. That's silly to say. And when it comes to music, I remember when I mean, as a teen, I liked to find new music and bands that didn't really have a lot of following. And the moment they got into a proper studio, I often started to not like them anymore, because the polished versions of their music, of the songs that I adored and would play on repeat, were suddenly just, where's the cracking of the voice at that precise word in that exact moment where you can feel why that sentence was not just hard to sing, but to even come up with? Where is the just barely on key note, because the singer had to strain to reach that point of emotion? That all that is gone when you have AI, and that is what makes humans beautiful. But I remember a few songs. I don't know the titles, but I remember experiencing that with some of my favorite bands and some of my favorite songs. That the rawness of it, having to make do with what they had in their their parents' garage, the rawness of that music was what made it so alive. And then they went into the studio, and it was just auto-tuned and polished and made perfect, and I just didn't like it anymore. And that's what I feel about pretty much everything that is AI. It's just not it's not the same. It's not the same. No, that's true. It's not like it doesn't make mistakes. And trust me, that's why from the first moment I tried it, I was like, no. I asked it a question that I knew the answer to, and it came up with complete bullshit. I'm so sorry for my language, but it was just like not even in the same room of the subject that I asked the question about. So from that moment, I was like, no, I don't know what you're doing, but this isn't it. Nah. Yeah, exactly, really. The banana itself isn't the art, the rock is about it is the point. Yes. It's complicated. Just like humans, we're silly. What have I come back to about AI? No, nothing too serious, I hope. I mean, at this point, we're just doomed anyway, so why take it too serious? We should still talk about it, I feel like. Because who knows? What I learned at the end of The Maniac, which tells you why we're doomed because of AI. It does say that 1 in 10,000 people can make the jump that the person had to make to defeat the AI at that point in time. So, 1 in a million. 1 in a million chance we have, like, to survive. Why do I say a million? Because the right person has to be in the exact right space and time to be able to, save us. Who knows? Yes, the water, tiger. We don't have that much of it. Expression lies in between the notes. If you snap everything to a grid, you lose a lot of that expression. Yopu might as well hit a key on it. Yopu? You. I just went with it. You might as well hit a key on the keyboard. Yopu. Bye, tiger. Thank you for dropping in. Yeah, we will. We will. We will be careful. I promise. It loves to how great you are too if you share something with it. Yeah, oh, that was what it was about yesterday. I listened to something yesterday where it's the time of day loop. I need to go eat something as well. Maybe your sugar is low. How, especially those who are growing up not knowing any different from AI, right? Your brain doesn't understand the difference between what it is thinking about and what is actually in front of you, which is why trauma and PTSD is so complicated, because you have a flashback and your body now thinks that you are in that moment, even though it was 20 years ago. What is happening already is that humans are not able to detach themselves from their AI. And there's there's a whole industry that has sprung up to exploit this and exploit the loneliness problem that we're dealing with all over the world. And people are getting attached and even marrying their AI boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever it is, and that is dangerous. That is so dangerous for children because, like Loop said, it just like any other app, it's designed to keep you in the app. What is that word I'm looking for? It wants you to not go away because it gathers data, and that data gets sold, which is how they close, the circle. That they get your data, they sell that data, and because of that, they can now market specific stuff to you. It goes as far as, say I'm a 14-year-old girl and I am having a bad day. I'm not very popular in school, so I say this to my chat GPI or my AI, whatever it is, my AI boyfriend, Kevin. I saw Home Alone 2. I talk to this computer, this machine, this nothing, this void, as a fragile teenage girl. Now it has this information. You think it's free if you're not paying for any AI. It's not free. You are paying with your life. So I am a young girl. I'm really looking for some confirmation that it's all going to be okay. And you're just a teen and kids are mean, and sure, you can code this machine to do all that. But what it does behind the scenes when you're not in your AI anymore is sell you as a impressionable teen. Hey, why don't you buy this makeup? Why don't you go on a diet? Why don't you see my point? It uses this against you. And there is no break on it. There's no rules. We don't have the rules. We don't have the morals to control that, especially younger people. The literature that's going to come out in 20 years or not 10 years, I'm betting. I don't want to know, but I will know because I'm gonna read about it. Become a positivist society. No need for humanist knowledge anyways. We have advanced psychopharmacology, blah, blah, blah. I can't speak that right now. All human knowledge on machine. We are just physical connections of the machine. Yes, so this is why we must fight the machine, Mundi. Fight the machine. You are still human. As long as you are not yelling, moisturize me to some other creature. That's a deep cut. As long as you're not yelling, moisturize me to some other creature, we can fight against the machine, and we will. It's just gonna get a little bit worse. It can be much worse than that. It gives you back what you feed it. It can actually make depression worse. Yeah, and there's been cases of teenagers that, the boy who thought that he was actually talking to Daenerys Targaryen from Game of Thrones. And he ended it. He decided to close the book. He got convinced by the AI. I read the logs that the AI would be waiting for him on the other side. It's madness. It's madness. But also people don't realize. So you are talking to this AI and you ask it questions and you're not attached, right? Say I'm using it to do research for my work. It will still give me the answer it thinks I want, not the truth. It will give me the answer I think I want. As if we don't have echo chambers already. I don't know. I can remove all the toxic people and just surround myself with AI. Tell me how amazing I am. This is what is already happening. Oh, the narcissists that are being raised by machines. It's gonna be epic. And that's not a good use of the word, but it's gonna be epic. Because we're creating humans that assume that everything they say is gonna be okayed. Yeah, and everything they want is going to be given. And I can just see the mess that relationships with humans are going to be if that is what you grow up with. Expecting affirmative answers, expecting to be met with every desire and need. It's good. It's good. I don't know. I'm very nervous. Good thing I just don't go outside anyway, you know. Yeah, I've heard some stories. Yeah, there's already true crime stuff going on as we speak. It's mad. Can we do anything about it? No, not on the big scale of things, but we can protect ourselves, we can do research, and we can read books. I swear, if there was ever a time in history that it was important to read books, it is right freaking now. Books teach you to think critically. They expose you to lives and experiences that you will probably, hopefully, not experience in your own life, but you can still reap the lessons. And I feel like it's no loop, no. Oh no, that's also there's no. I can't. I can't say this. I can't say this. There's so much. There's so much drama. There's so much drama going on, and I don't get it. I don't even. Too many dashes. Those are a thing I have noticed. I don't know where they came from, but yeah, people are using dashes a lot. I don't know why. What happened to the what is it? Ellipse? Is that the word? Sometimes my brain gives me words and I have no clue. What is that? What? Yeah. Oh, ellipses. Okay. Oh no. I duck code. I don't know. I looked up ellipse and I got something I wasn't expecting. A circle, an ellipse in mathematics is a plane curve surrounding two focal points. You can't say that you didn't learn anything today. All right. Does the machine wanna smush? Mundi. Oh, you sweet, sweet summer child. Rule 34, Mundi. Come on. That's true for life, not just for the internet. It's true for life. Yeah, Millie. Multiple. And there's things we don't know. There's so many things we don't know, things they don't want us to know. Those are just things that slip through the cracks because they don't want you to know. They want us to be data. Data. They want us to be data. That's it. Ducking. Yeah, I keep wanting to say that, but it sounds so stupid. I'm ducking it. They should have thought about that name a little bit more. Do they have a way to say it themselves? I don't know. Duck, duck, going. Duck, duck, going. Yeah. I'm just saying. I'm going. Is also. It's so. It's funny out of context, but also what the hell. Yeah, me too, Millie. I try to not use Google too much. I mean, I'm using it in like as apps and stuff, which is also data. But I try not to Google things anymore. It's their own fault. They forced AI on me, and I couldn't turn it off. I think these days, do I want to go to Google? I think these days they have made it very clear that to search with Google or with AI. Yes, now there's an AI mode and all, and then videos, blah, blah, blah. But when they first rolled out their AI, ooh, every search you did, you used water that a family could live on for like a month, and that pissed me off so bad. I refused. And I'm not going back to actually Googling after that. Sorry. But that really pissed me off. Taking away my choice, not allowing me to make an informed decision, and just forcing this on me? Nah, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Quack? I love that blue! I'm gonna quack it! Yes. Okay, I'll try to remember. You probably have to remind me because I forget things, but How does it waste water? Quack it, Mundi, quack it. Try to do some research. There's not a lot to lose when. Well, no, I say that, but if you do your own research, don't ask an AI. Try to look it up yourself. You know how much fun it is to find things out. You know how you're playing a game say you're playing a puzzle game, especially. Is it Halo? Is that the one with the cake is a lie? Which one has the cake is a lie? Puzzle games. That moment something clicks and you suddenly realize this is the exact sequence of things that I need to do to get out of this freaking room. That feeling is something you can generate by doing your own research. Portal, that's it. Thank you, Billy. Halo? Halo in my head. So you can look it up. Try to find out what AI actually is and how it works. Because I can tell you, but chances are that you're going to forget about it. Your memory is going to work a lot better if you use it. If you activate your brain. It's the difference between asking someone to push your car or actually getting into it, turning the key, letting the motor start, and driving off, in my eyes, when it comes to doing your own research or having someone else tell you about it. I love that feeling. I'm probably addicted to the feeling of solving things, of learning new things, of that click that you get when you learn something new. You don't need a brain. I feel that, Mundi. That's true. But if you want to know the details, I would just look it up yourself, because there's no way that I can explain it to you. I just know that is true. The Google AI drives me insane, and when it pushes the SO of the links, I turned all of it off, and then I just moved away, and now they changed it. It used to be they just forced AI answers, AI everything, and I turned it off everywhere. I'm talking Pinterest, I'm talking apps, which I do use, whatever I do use. I turn it off everywhere. Giving someone a fish or a fishing rod. Yeah, exactly, Millie. Well, Moody, in the world that we're heading towards, not a lot, but I don't know, man. I'm kind of attached to mine and what it can do. So, but the choice is yours. It's your life. I've heard some of Claire Obscure's words were taken back because they found out there was some elements to the game which are made of AI. What? Why? What? What is that? Hi, Katsu. How are you doing? I cannot. Okay, I'll just type it in. Oh, I don't know about this. I don't know about this game. I haven't watched playthroughs in a long year. It is, yeah. Indie Game Awards disqualified of the year. Disqualifies Obscure Expedition 33 for using AI. That's so sad. The Indie Game Awards has withdrawn 2 awards previously given to Claire Obscure. Ooh! Not because of the debate about what does and doesn't constitute an indie game, but because a representative of Sandfall Interactive agreed not to use AI. Or that it hadn't used AI. And it, oh no, they lied about it as well. Ethics, morals, principles, what is that? What is that? Does anyone know? Don't think we learn about those. No, I didn't got to, because it's an expensive month. Next month, I'm going to try. I will never forget about that. It's too cute. It's too cute. Oh, that's so sad, Porky, that they got disqualified because of that. See, if they had been honest about it, then it would have been a different situation. But it's the... I don't know. Do you do psychedelic? Seems like your brain would like it. Oh, Mundi, no, actually, no. The loss of control is terrifying to me. Not being in control of my brain. No. I have tried a thing or two in my time. Yes, I think the experiences are valuable, but please do not experiment on your own. Make sure you have a Bob. If you don't know what a Bob is someone who stays sober. For me, nah. No, thank you. You're kidding. A junior dev, is this true? Or is it someone being blamed so that they can, salvage from the wreckage. Yeah, it's been a while, Luke, but yeah, that was Autobot. Not you're not allowed to be mean in my chat. You'll get bullied by my bots. Speaking of AI and being dependent on bots, I don't think it's the same. Okay, I'm gonna close with this thought because I want to. I'm not against AI, all right? Oh, okay, Marky. just so we're clear, I'm not against AI. I think AI has a place, and I think aside from being near certain that Pandora's box is opened, we're not gonna put the genie back in the freaking lamp. Um, and I've heard people say, well, look at music and when Spotify became a thing, and look at books when ebooks became a thing. Yes, very true, very true. Those industries have rebounced. There's a huge difference though. Ain't no putting the toothpaste back in the tube again. No, we could try, but it's going to be a mess and it's not going to be worth it. It's all going to be contaminated. The difference, the big difference this time with AI is not the tool, but the fact that it is being pushed to a point where it will be able to think. What sets us apart from other animals, big stress on other, because we are animals, is that other animals are not able to think as comprehensively as we are. Ebooks were never going to think by themselves. They were just a tool. Spotify was never going to think by itself. It was just a tool. What is AI? But our misguided attempt to recreate consciousness. That's the big difference. That's why it should be a tool. But if we're not careful, it's not going to be a tool. It's going to be Terminator Rising. Yes, Loop. That's the biggest reason why this is a problem, and we can't look at it the same as we did ebooks or internet in general or Spotify. That is the big difference. It is still, but sometimes I feel like Musk is trying to get to Mars because he knows that what's going to happen over here. Sometimes, I don't know, maybe that's my paranoia. I gotta go eat and get shampoo so I can wash my hair because I smell probably. No, it's not that bad. It's not that bad, right? I do look a little bit weird, I feel like, but what else is new? Thank you so much for being here and for the interesting conversation. I do enjoy thinking about this and talking about it. And I do hope that someone someday will give me that one sentence that will drive out all the worry that I have about AI. But you know what? I think we just need to continue building community and not let the world tell us what to do. And certainly not machines, okay? I love you. Don't forget to drink water. I got hot cocoa, so, that's okay as well, right? Yes, that would be better. I smell musky. I gotta go. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll be back for a regular co-working stream. I hope to see you there. If not, I hope you have a great holiday, Christmas, whatever it is that you're doing. And I hope to see you very soon. Bye-bye.